I had to withdraw as Nick Reiner's counsel.
A bombshell hit the courtroom today as defense attorney Alan Jackson, who had been defending Nick Reiner in one of the biggest cases in Hollywood, unexpectedly walked away from the case. Why did he make this shocking decision? Let's dive into the details of this dramatic twist. What was supposed to be a routine arraignment turned into an explosive moment when Alan Jackson announced he was stepping down from the case. The defense lawyer, who had been representing Nick Reiner, the man accused of murdering his parents, suddenly made a stunning declaration. An ethical issue had forced him to withdraw from the case. The reasons behind it, however, remain sealed. This leaves everyone wondering what could possibly have happened for Alan Jackson to take such a drastic step. Today, the courtroom expected the usual, a first appearance for Reiner. But then, things quickly turned. As Jackson left the courthouse, he made a bold statement to the press, declaring, "You can take this to the bank, Nick Reiner is not guilty of murder," a powerful defense of his client. But why now, just as he was walking away from the case? It raises a lot of questions. First, how did Alan Jackson get involved in the first place? Was it Nick Reiner who personally called for Jackson's services, or was it someone from the Reiner family? Given their significant wealth, his father Rob Reiner is worth over $200 million. It's not hard to believe a family member reached out to hire Jackson, the former prosecutor turned top defense attorney. This leads us to the potential issue at the core of this ethical dilemma. If the family hired Jackson, does that create a conflict of interest? After all, several family members are key witnesses. In the case, if one of them is involved in hiring the defense attorney, it could lead to a serious ethical breach. The next crucial issue is payment. Jackson's fees are substantial, and someone has to cover those costs. If Nick Reiner now has a public defender, it raises the question of who was paying for Jackson's services. Could it have been the Reiner family? If so, did Nick Reiner consent to this arrangement, especially considering his mental state at the time of the alleged crime? It's a murky situation, one that could potentially undermine his defense. Imagine if the defendant is suffering from a mental illness. How can they legally agree to waive their rights? In this case, Jackson was cornered by a number of conflicting factors. One of those factors could have been the mental state of Nick Reiner. If the defense hinges on proving Nick's mental illness, then can his legal team really argue for the waiver of rights when his ability to make sound decisions might be compromised? Given all of this, it's understandable why Alan Jackson, a man known for his strong ethical compass, had no choice but to step away. His reputation and commitment to the law would never allow him to move forward in a case that could compromise his integrity. As much as he may have wanted to stay and fight for his client, the conflict of interest made it impossible for him to remain. So, what happens next for Nick Reiner? With Alan Jackson out of the picture, he's now left with a public defender who likely doesn't have the same resources and expert access that Jackson could have brought to the table. That means fewer experts, fewer investigations, and a much tighter budget. This is the harsh reality of having a public defender: limited resources and a limited chance to get the same level of defense that a high-powered attorney like Jackson could have offered. As this case continues to unfold, one thing is clear: Alan Jackson's departure leaves a huge hole in the defense of Nick Reiner. It's a major setback, but it's also a pivotal moment in this high-profile case. Stay tuned to see how things evolve from here. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more updates on this case and other shocking legal battles.